Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, wrestling fans, casuals, people who only know Stone Cold Steve Austin from memes of chugging beers, tonight we're gonna rewrite one of the greatest, one of the bloodiest, one of the most jaw-dropping matches of all time. Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Bret the Hitman Hart, WrestleMania 13, or it's supposed to be this, however it goes. So we're talking about the match that gave us the double turn, the Crimson Mask, and the birth of the Attitude Era. But what if that ending wasn't the same? What if Austin didn't pass out due to the Sharpshooter? What if Shamrock didn't just stand there looking like a substitute teacher who lost control of his whole class? What if, brace yourself now. What if Austin actually won?
Say what?
Bro, can you picture it? Can you picture it? March 27, 97. Everybody bumping Tupac. All eyes on me, you hear that? Will Smith is 2 summers away from Big Willie style. Michael Jordan cooking defenders like IHOP pancakes. Whew, you see it. Oh, it was nasty, wasn't it? Wrestling was cooking too. All right, WCW got NWO spray painted everywhere. We got WWE trying to claw back into relevance. Right in the middle of it, right in the middle of this thing. You got Bret the Hitman Hart. You got Rattlesnake, Stone Cold Steve Austin, about to redefine violence in the still jungle of Chi-Town. Woo! Let's get it. Now, in real life, we all know the story. We know how this goes. You got Bret Hitman Hart, Canada's greatest export since maple syrup and hockey hair. Okay, then you got Stone Cold Steve Austin, a man who went from the ringmaster. Makes me chuckle every time. He went from the ringmaster to trash talking, beer swilling, anti-hero who said what every fan in the crowd was really thinking. We all know. We know that Austin bleeds buckets. Woo. Bret locks in a Sharpshooter. Austin ain't gonna tap. Austin said, I'd rather die than quit, right? Blood just pouring down his face like he's auditioning for Carrie 2. It was gruesome. It was great. Austin passes out. Shamrock calls the match. The crowd loses his freaking mind, right? Bret goes from hero to bitter villain pretty quickly. Austin goes from villain to anti-hero just as quickly. And boom! That's the Attitude Era. Strap on the Stone Cold Steve Austin's middle finger. All right? That moment changed wrestling forever. But what if it didn't? What if the story is different? What if the game changes? What if Austin wins? Dun dun dun! I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. We might go past 7 minutes, so grab you some popcorn, all right? Let's flip this thing, though. Imagine this. Imagine Austin doesn't pass out. What if somehow he claws, he scratches, and at the last second, Ken Shamrock, the guest referee, Shamrock steps in. Shamrock doesn't just stand around flexing in his little ref tank top that's 2 sizes too small for him from the Baby Gap. Tripping. Nah, y'all. Shamrock himself snaps. So Bret decides he's just not gonna let go of the hold. So Shamrock yanks him off. Alright? Bret shoves Shamrock. Shamrock drops him back with a suplex. Bam! Crowd is going bananas. Chicago hot dogs flying in the air. I mean, everything is wild right now, right? And out of nowhere, glass shatters again. Austin hits the stunner on him. Bam! 1, 2, 3. Ring that bell. Ring the bell. Stone Cold Steve Austin beats Bret Hart clean. at WrestleMania 13. That was pretty dope, right? So, quick question though. Quick question. Tell me right now. If Austin won that night, does Bret Hart just throw his pink and black tights in the laundry and say, I'm done? Calls it a career that night. Because I ain't gonna lie. Bret Hart possibly could have walked straight back to Canada and was just like, nah, bro, I'm good. I'm done. Right? Had Austin won. Right? So here's the twist up. Austin winning the belt too early at this time, in this moment, changes everything. Because he skips his grind. He skips the climb. And in wrestling, y'all know like I do, the climb is the story. You feel me? Without the blood-soaked image of Austin, watching him refuse to quit, does he ever truly become the anti-hero that the fans know him to be today? Or is he just another tough guy with a catchphrase? Let's talk about it now. Let's talk about it. The Attitude Era wasn't just Austin chugging beers and giving Vince the bird. No, the Attitude Era was earned defiance. Woo. She getting deep today. She getting deep. The image of Austin passing out, blood dripping like a freaking Tarantino flick. It wasn't weakness. It was myth making, right? It was Jordan's flu game. Y'all remember that? It was Tupac staring down the world. We getting philosophical on him today. Woo. Look, if Austin won, does he ever become Austin? Or is he just a Ringmaster 2.0 with some pretty lucky booking? Does the Attitude Era even happen? Or does Vince just try to turn him into some weird mix of Diesel and Goldberg? That wouldn't have worked well for nobody. That's the Shockmaster. I mean, let's think about it, right? Without that moment, maybe The Rock actually becomes the guy faster. Maybe Bret Hart never leaves for WCW because he don't feel like he's screwed over. Maybe DX don't pop like they did. You know what I'm saying? You got to think too, WCW might keep winning because WWE loses that edge. They lose the grit. They lose the moment that made you stand in your living room and yell at the TV. Maybe Austin fades away like WCW's Glacier entrance. Y'all remember that? Mortal Kombat! Hey, but by bleeding out in front of the world, Austin became Austin. The baddest SOB in the planet. Shout out Tyson.
I'm the best in the world.
Austin became the man who made you cheer when he whooped his boss's behind on live TV. Alright, let me put it this way. Austin passing out in the Sharpshooter was the most important nap in wrestling history. If he wins the match, wrestling could very well still be in high school gyms with folding chairs and paper plates of nachos. That's how important that moment was. So yeah, WrestleMania 13 gave us the double turn masterclass. Bret becomes the salty legend. Boo. Austin becomes the anti-hero king. And WWE finally gets its shot of adrenaline. But if we change that ending, if Austin does indeed win on that night, you don't get Stone Cold Steve Austin, People's Champ of beer drinking, the middle finger revolution. You just get Steve Austin, you know, guy who shaved his head and won some matches. And I'll be honest, I mean, that's like watching The Matrix if Neo just took the blue pill. You know, no bullet time, no trench coat drip, just office cubicle Steve forever. Boring! Wrestling history legit hinges on that one pass out. That was a shot heard all around the world. And if you flip that outcome, you flip the Attitude Era. Hey, WWE maybe doesn't even beat WCW. Austin Austin potentially never becomes the everyday hero who told his boss where to shove it. And let's be real, y'all. Let's be real. Without Austin, do we ever get the Rock's breakout? They pushed each other. You know what I'm saying? Do we ever get Austin versus McMahon? Or do we go right back into 1980s super babyface, red and yellow vibes in a world that was way too grungy and way too hip-hop and way too MTV to care? We didn't want that no more.
Ain't nobody got time.
I mean, imagine trying to sell Hulk Hogan in the age of Eminem and TRL. Who buying that?
Not I.
That dog ain't hunting, okay? Don't nobody want that. So, after WrestleMania 13, Stone Cold did not win the match. But my man became a legend by refusing to quit. And you know what? That's the bottom line. To 7 Minute Slam, 6.